and we're doing a nice, subtle, soft hairline. Now it's time to actually do the pigmentation, and the approach to such hairline is really where the magic happens. So you want to move from back to front, okay? And you're always working in a vertical manner, never horizontal, because the hair's natural flow is from back to front. Okay, so, and I'm not saying do vertical lines, I'm just saying, you know, keep your flow going from back to front. So remember, this first dotted line is where you want to maintain consistent pigmentation. So we're going to stay behind that line for now and basically replicate and match his hair follicles. All right, so I went ahead and, did the follicle replications, matched his hair all the way to that dotted line. Remember that? It's not here anymore because it got erased. But you see it's like consistent density all the way. And now it's going to be time to feather it down into those shark teeth. So we have consistent density right here. And then we're going to go into the shark teeth right now. And you'll see that the density is going to decrease slightly. Now here's a technique that I like to use, is I basically mark the shark teeth with vertical impressions and then fill them in. So what I'll do is I'll start here and go into this shark tooth. Okay, and then I'll go into this one. Not with a single line, but with a couple. Okay, what that does is it establishes a particular density every so often. So it gives it that nice jagged look. But not only that, in case you wipe off the wax pencil, you have a footprint that is now permanent. So basically I connected the initial density with the shark teeth with these vertical lines. Okay, so shark tooth, shark tooth, shark tooth, shark tooth. We'll wipe this off. Now what you want to do, once you've done that, is go ahead and fill in a little bit in between the shark teeth. And add just a little bit of density. Okay. And when you wipe this off, it should be left with a skeleton of shark teeth, you see? Now you don't want it to be so obvious, so you want to break it up a little bit. Like this. You can put an impression here, a couple of stragglers, one here, one there. And that way it looks random. You want it to make it look as random as possible. And look how soft and diffused that is. So we have high density and then gradual diffusion and feathering. Just gonna add a little bit more here just to blend them together a bit better. Here are the, once again, the little stragglers. Just make it as random as possible. Okay, now we're going to work a little bit on the temple. There's not much recession on this side, but we're just going to blend it into what I'm doing, just adding a little bit more density at the top. Just to give it a little bit of a bolder look. And here it is. Now you don't want to overdo it because remember, this is a 3-session process. This is only the first session. So this is kind of like the foundational layer. And then we're going to build on top of that and add a little bit more texture and verticality, as I like to call it. Okay, so there is basically 1/3 of the hairline completed. I'm going to repeat this process on the other side and down the middle. Perfect. As you can see the hairline better. I'm not sure if you can see the original shark teeth. You see? And I went ahead and scattered a few in pressure in between, just to make it a little bit more random. See that? Now one key to also making it look very natural is I tend to like to add a little bit more density and thickness in the middle as opposed to the sides, because naturally the hair tends to thin around the corners. So even though we're creating a new younger hairline, you still want to give it that just like a hint of recession in the corners. So you want to add slightly more density in the middle and the front of the hairline. critical when you're working on the temple that you get a really good stretch of the skin, because the skin is super thin here, and you want to make sure that the impressions are nice and crisp. On this side of the hairline, I actually did the opposite of what I did here. In the left side, I did the density first, the dense areas, and then built the hairline after it. In this case, and just for illustration purposes, I built the hairline first with the shark teeth, and then now I can just go ahead and connect it back into the native hair with very, very consistent density from here all the way down, and blend it into the native hair. So that's what I'm going to do now. So when you're done, you want to make sure that it's nice and even from the back. The two corners are at the same level. Has a nice symmetrical shape, but no head is perfectly symmetrical, so you want to look at it from the front. And then if you need to make any adjustments at the hairline, you can it's actually better to do it from the front. So I feel like I need a couple of more right here. Wow, that's amazing. It's very good. Very happy with it.